All right, hi all. There was a mistake when I first recorded this yesterday on how you submit your assignments. I cut that beginning bit out and you get this little weird bit instead. Uh, your instructions are on the assignment, but I want to reiterate them for you right now. In the assignments section of Google Classroom, on the right, you will find your worksheet under the Your Work section. You just click on the worksheet. It'll take you to a Google Doc. You can type right into it. When you're done, you close out of that Google Doc, hit submit, and it'll be sent right to me. There's a video linked in the instructions for the assignment that'll also kind of show you this more visually than me just telling you how it works. Title your work: name, first and last, circle practice 1. This is going to be due today, Wednesday, by midnight. Office hours are from 12 to 1. And if you have any other questions or you can't make the office hours, just shoot me an email and I'll try to figure them out as quick as I can. Now get ready for the most Oscar-worthy edit you have ever seen. Our first topic for this unit is going to be on circles. We're going to spend a couple days just kind of learning about the different properties of circles and how to use different calculations when dealing with circles. But before we can do that, we first have to take a few seconds and talk about pi. Pi is a number that is used a lot when doing calculations with circles, just something I want to keep track of for the future. I'm going to mention it now, and then we'll really go into it on Friday. Pi is what's called an irrational number, which means it goes on forever. Pi or pi. This is how you spell pi. This is the mathematical representation of pi. It kind of looks like a warp tabletop. And pi is a relationship between the diameter of a circle and the circumference. Diameter we're going to get into today. Circumference we'll get into on Friday. Like I said, I'm just going over this now. We'll really get into it a bit more on Friday. Pi is an irrational number, meaning it goes on forever. It's usually represented as 3.14159. And if that's too much for you, you can always just use 3.14. That will get you basically anything you got to do with pi. Okay. Now, today we're going to talk about radius and diameter of circles. It takes me a minute to share my screen. All right. So we got parts of a circle. A circle is a set of points in a plane that are the same distance from a given point called the center. So we've got a circle right here, and what this jumble of words means is any point that I pick along the outside of a circle is equal distance from the center. So if I pick this point right here where my cursor is, that point is equal distance from the center as this point down here, that point over there, that point over there. Any spot along the outside of a circle is equal distant from the circle's center. The diameter of a circle is a chord that passes through the center of a circle and starts and ends on the circle's edges. So this diameter in the diagram right here starts here on the left. It's a straight line that passes through the center and ends over here on the opposite edge of the circle. A diameter cuts a circle into two hemispheres that are equal mirror images of each other. Then we have a radius. A radius is a segment that connects the center to the circle's edge. A radius is 1/2 the diameter. So we've got a radius, starts at the center and goes in a straight line out to the edge. You can calculate a radius at any point. So here's a radius right here. I could also go from the center out to this point here. That would also be a radius. And like I said, a radius is 1/2 of the diameter. You could look at the diameter as being one radii here, then another radius going the exact opposite direction. Diameter is twice the radius. Radius is 1/2 the diameter. Okay. So I just want to go over a couple of those real quick before we dive into a little bit more practice. So, really squeaky couch. If I have a circle right here, okay, and let's say I'm going to do the radius in pink. Radius here is 4. We're going to do on the corner r equals 4. Question is, what's the diameter of the circle going to be? Anybody? Any idea? No? Nothing? Okay. Diameter of a circle is twice the radius. So twice 4 is 8. Oopsie. 8. Diameter equals 8. All right. Then going the opposite direction. Diameter equals, I don't know, 12. If the diameter is 12, if the radius is half the diameter, then my radius going from the center out like this is going to be 6. All right. Right now, that's as far as we need to get with this stuff. We'll get into circumference and area on Friday. Now, let's go over a couple of practice problems before I cut you loose. Presenting. Takes a minute to set up again. Okay. So for your practice problems, you have a lot of circles, and they have one measurement already given inside of them. So for A, we'll do A and B, I think. What is the radius and diameter of each circle? Circle A right here. We have a line that goes from the center to the outside of a circle. That's a radius. So our radius right here is 5. What's the diameter? A diameter is twice the radius. So we're going to do 5 times 2, which is 10. B's going the opposite direction. We have a line that goes from one side of the circle, crosses through the center, and then ends on the other side. That's a diameter. The diameter is 12. The radius, as being half the diameter, is going to be 6. All right? So all I have to do for this first set of practice problems, figure out what the radius and the diameter is, and then you got a word problem down below. All right. So this lesson's a little bit shorter than you can expect once we get back from April break, so Friday's lesson. So in conclusion, you can email me with any questions that you have, or if you need anything at all that isn't academic or school related. Remember, we have a video on Pi, which is going to be shared with you. Just take a quick look at that. And if you have any other questions, please let me know. Have a great day.